Lurleen, I did what you wanted.
Mark coming over?
He's coming as soon as he can.
Good.
When he gets here, we can show him this print.
Ruby, I really think we're doing the right thing.
I know, honey. I think so, too. Good morning, honey.
Good morning, Mama.
Allison will be down shortly. She was afraid she overslept.
Well, I'm just glad that she was able to sleep at all.
What happened?
She left Justin and Ashley. It was something she couldn't take any longer, I guess.
Well, did something happen?
Oh, Mama, it's been building for a long time. It was an impossible situation. She had to make a move.
That's too bad.
Well, now she doesn't know what she's going to do. She's asked for a full-time job, but even at that, she can't afford an apartment of her own.
I'd like to see her work something out with Justin and Ashley.
Not if I have anything to do about it.
What do you mean?
Mama, I've been thinking. Do you think it would be all right if Allison stayed with us?
Greg, are you sure no one can hear you?
I'm positive. Allison, are you all right?
I'm fine. Now listen, you have to promise me that you're not going to tell Ashley about this. Promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Okay. Now, as soon as Ashley leaves for work, I want you to call me at Rena Decker's house.
What?
That's right. I have to pick up my things.
What do you need your things for? At Rena Decker's? You're staying there?
That's right. Now, that's why you can't tell Ashley anything about it. Okay?
Allison, she's gonna find out sometime.
Gregory, I have to go now. I love you.
Bye.
Gregory, was that Allison? What is this about Rena Decker?
Come.
No problem. So, why'd you ask me here? Did you find out something else?
Well, not exactly.
Look, I haven't been able to think about anything else except Brett since we talked last night.
Come on in.
Thanks. Where's Lurleen?
Here I am. I just made some coffee. Can I pour you a cup?
No thanks, hon. Not right now.
Oh, Mark, why don't you sit down?
Thanks. You know, it looks clear to me that Fred and Ricky have gone to High Topa.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I just hope she's all right.
Oh, of course she is. Now, Ricky's right there with her. He's not gonna let anything happen to her.
See, Mark, we don't want anything to happen to Brett or to Ricky.
That's why we asked you over here. We think maybe we can help.
Did you find something else?
It was right in front of our eyes.
Lurleen, honey, why don't you let me explain this to Mark?
Okay.
See, we know Gretchen has the fire compass.
With the peacemaker.
That's right. That's why she kidnapped Ruby, because she thought she had it. The missing piece.
But I didn't.
I don't understand.
Well, see, Lurleen thought we should tell you the whole story, and I think she's right.
You mean there's more?
See, Miles Rehnquist came to our apartment asking about the fire compass.
Only he had a gun. So I snuck up behind him and I hit him over the head with a vase, and then we got rid of him.
A gun?
Yeah, he seemed pretty intent on getting what he wanted, which turned out to be the fire compass.
What happened?
Well, he must have come back here looking for it. So I came back from the coop one day, see, and I opened the door, and he was lying there, right there on the floor, dead.
Dead?
Gretchen killed him for the fire compass.
And now she's after Brett? Ruby, why aren't the police in on this?
Well, they're doing their best, Mark. They said they'd try.
But Brett doesn't even know she's in danger.
Well, she might not be in danger yet, Mark. I mean, I know that she and Ricky got a head start on Gretchen.
How do you know that?
Because this guy that she hired, Joel, and her left. We heard him leaving.
I have to get after her, but we need that fire compass to find this place.
That's right, you do. But that's where we can help you. See, we have a print of the fire compass.
What?
That's right. We have one right here.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you.
With Justin building his race car right now, my workload's going to get a lot heavier.
You mean worse than this?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
TJ, is that race car really all that important?
Yeah, Justin thinks so. He's going to tie it into the ASI campaign. His racing again will be good promotion for the new line of products.
Yeah, I guess so. I wonder if Ashley agrees.
Ashley hates the idea, and I don't blame her. But Justin's made up his mind, so...
Yeah, I know. I've seen my brother when he's made up his mind.
So pretty soon, I'm going to be a very busy man.
Uh-oh. All work, no play, huh?
Well, we'll see what we can do. Actually, I'm glad that you stopped by this morning because I have something for you.
You are? You do?
Yes, I do.
What? A present? Oh, good. I love presents.
I thought it was about time I reciprocated after all the nice things that you've given me.
Oh.
The watch, and the flashlight, and of course the gasoline can.
Oh, yes, that was exquisite.
Mhm.
wasn't it?
And the hiking boots.
Maybe I've been a bit too lavish with you today.
Well, I don't know. So, here you are. Oh, but first, I want you to know why I'm giving you this.
Okay, why?
Well, now, Paige, you've started your own business, and you've been very successful. But I never knew until just recently how strong you really are.
What'd I do?
You had dinner with my parents. Now, you didn't make a big deal out of it, and you stayed cheerful and calm throughout. Now, in my book, that means that you're definitely able to play in the big leagues.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so. So, here you are.
Why, thank you very much.
Well, you're
Mr.
welcome.
Canfield.
Well, go ahead, yes, open
Can I
it, please.
open it
Yeah.
now?
Just tear it apart.
You're a scream, you know that? Oh, TJ, I love it. How did you know I lost my old one?
Well, you can't have too many.
That's true. I guess
Well,
you're...
there's more.
Wait, there's more? Hey, look at this.
Did anybody ever tell you that you look just fantastic in a baseball cap?
Okay, Mr. Canfield. How'd you like to play a little game of catch?
Gregory, I want you to tell me now what Allison wanted.
I can't. I promised her that I wouldn't tell you.
I see. Look, I know that a promise is a promise, but sometimes it's better to...
Actually, why did Allison have to leave?
Oh, she wanted to be on her own, be grown up.
I don't understand why we all can't be happy.
Sometimes that's the hardest. I guess we're all just trying to get used to each other still.
I'm used to everybody. It's just you and Allison always get into fights.
Well, I was only trying to help her, though, Gregory. She didn't want my help.
I don't understand.
You do know that I love Allison, don't you?
Yeah, I know that.
And I really want us all to be together again.
Then what's the problem?
She's very, very confused right now and hurt.
She didn't sound like that on the phone.
Well, she probably just didn't want to worry you. She loves you very much.
Then why did she move out?
She just needs to feel like she's on her own for a while. But Gregory, I can't help her anymore if I don't know what she's doing.
Do you want her to come back?
Of course I do, with all my heart. I want us all to be a family again.
Do you think it'd be wrong if I told you what she told me?
Gregory, in this case, I really think that it would be the best thing for Allison if you went ahead and told me.
I'm supposed to call her after you go to work.
At Rena's?
Yeah, she wanted to know when you weren't going to be here so she can come by and pick up her stuff.
She's at Rena's?
Yeah, she's going to move in there. That's what she told me.
What?
Ashley, can you get her back?
I'm gonna try.
Don't yell at her, because if you yell at her, she's not going to come back.
No, baby, I won't.
You promise?
I promise.
And tell her that the reason why I told you was because I want her to come back and that I love her.
I will. Please, don't worry, okay?
Think you can get her back?
I'm gonna do my very best. Okay, now, I'm gonna go over there, and then I'm gonna have to go on back to the office, so please meet me over there, okay?
I really appreciate your letting me stay here last night.
Honey, you know you can always come here.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, I think you should seriously consider staying with us.
Rena, really? Oh, thank you so much.
Allison, Rena thinks that's best, but I'm not so sure.
I see.
I hope you know how much I like you. And of course, you're always welcome to come here.
I understand.
I'm not sure you do. Allison, don't you think by moving in here you might be driving a wedge between yourself and the rest of your family?
I suppose so.
I know you're upset with them now, but are you ready to cut all those ties?
Well, I'll still see them.
Are you sure?
But I make everyone so unhappy.
Ashley can't stand living with me.
I can't believe that.
Oh, it's the truth. She's always telling me how I don't lead a good life and that it shows in the clothes that I wear, and she smothers me by trying to dictate how I should live my life. It's fight, fight, fight.
Now, don't you think Ashley is just looking out for you, trying to help you?
She doesn't help me. She badgers me about what I wear and about working at World Oil. She makes me feel I'll never amount to anything.
No one should have to live in that kind of environment.
Maybe it'd be different if I had some friends, but I don't. And even if I did, I'd be afraid to bring them home because of the conflict I have with Ashley.
I see.
I've tried to get along with her. And she's tried to make things work with me.
Are you
It's useless.
sure you really tried?
Oh, I have. It's just
Well, you just rub each other the wrong way?
all the time. She's my sister. I wish we could get along. But we can't.
You sure you're not overreacting?
Oh, I don't think so. It's awful, the two of us trying to live together under the same roof.
I don't think she's overreacting, Mama.
Maybe I am, Rena. I don't think I'm over my Aunt Hildy's death yet.
That can take a long time.
She was like a mother to me, and then when she passed on and I had to leave my friends and my home.
Must be a very difficult transition.
I keep trying to tell Ashley that I'll get better and that I'll stop talking about Aunt Hildy so much.
You couldn't talk about her?
She says I dwelt too much in the past.
Oh.
And I should cheer up.
Well, have you talked to anyone else about this?
There's no one else to talk to. You're the only ones. Rena, I'll try not to be in the way, but can I stay here, please?
Allison, we'll work something out. I don't like to be the person to separate you from your family, but you're welcome to stay here with us.
Oh, thank you, Vicki. You don't know what you've done for me.
Thank you, Mama.
That Ruby Wright sure is something, she will.
Yes, she sure is.
No bigger in a minute and all that energy.
She's got a head on her shoulders, though, I'd say.
Very pretty head and smart, too.
It surprised me, though, a young lady with that much on the ball. I didn't expect her to lose track of all that money.
That was some tall story she told us about getting mugged.
I wonder what did happen to that money we give her.
And could be something transpired that she didn't feel free to tell us about.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. You know, Hannibal ain't here yet.
I did notice that. He's always on time.
You think something's going on?
Can't tell till I talk to him.
I propose that when he asks us about Ricky Decker, we just pass on that cock and bull story Miss Wright provided.
Ricky's off tended to some relative in the Panhandle doing poorly.
Well, of course he is, big-hearted boy.
Although it wouldn't surprise me a bit if that relative didn't turn out to be some cute little gal who needed some attention.
Rest and recreation.
Can't hurt a bit if our candidate has a way with the ladies. And if he needs a little R&R, why...
Who are we to spill the beans?
Ever met one of them serious types, real dedicated?
Oh, you can't trust them. Can't predict
Good
what
morning,
they'll do
gentlemen.
next.
That's right. Why, Mr. Hannibal, we'll begin to wonder if we got the time wrong.
Yeah, well, we're used to setting our watches by you. Anything wrong?
Nothing at all. I apologize for being late.
Oh, we managed to kill the time.
I thought you would. Well, gentlemen, shall we get down to business?
You have a print of the fire compass?
That's right, I made it myself.
Where is it?
We have it, but there's some things I think we should talk about first.
Like what?
We have to tell you more about Gretchen.
Mark, she's a terrible person.
We think she's really dangerous, Mark. See, after she kidnapped me, she kept my purse.
Yeah, and we went back to get it.
You went back to get your purse?
Yeah, well, there were some things in it that were real important to me.
She's real sentimental.
Anyway, we were in her apartment, and we were in her closet.
And we found all her weapons.
That's right. She had all these guns in this secret compartment, real fancy guns and loads of bullets and everything.
She had a secret compartment full of guns?
Ain't that something? Right next door.
And anyway, while we were there, she came back.
And we were hiding in the closet.
And that's when we heard this guy Joe come to be her guide.
Yeah, and then we heard her talking on the telephone to somebody, and it was real scary.
Yeah, and that's when we first heard her mention High-Flow Pa.
Yeah, so you see, Mark, we really think that you should know what kind of person she is.
You have to be very, very careful, Mark. Do you understand?
I understand. Now, what about the copy of the fire compass?
Well, it's not a copy exactly, it's a print.
Well, can I see it?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
You mean it's been hanging on the wall all this time?
Well, that's right. You see, when we had the fire compass, we really didn't know what it was.
We didn't think it was much of anything.
And when I was painting one day, I dropped it in the paint. And when I tried to get it out, it was all painty, so I wiped it on the drop cloth. And so I thought it looked real nice, and so did Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
Well, anyway, I made this.
It's an almost perfect print of the thing.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
There's a piece missing here, but we don't have it, neither does Gretchen. I figure we're even.
Well, Brett's going to need this.
If she knows what to do with it.
It's really lucky I dropped it in the paint.
It sure is, honey. Real lucky.
Well, thank you both, really.
Oh, you're welcome. I just hope it helps.
Well, I hope it does, too.
Lurleen,
What?
isn't it about time that we went over to the coop?
Huh?
Don't you have to go get dressed?
What?
You heard what I said.
Oh, all right. I'll see you later, Mark.
Bye, Lurleen. Thanks again. I appreciate it. And thank you, Ruby. Can I take it now?
Not just yet.
Why not?
First, you and me got to have a little talk.
Talk to you about Ricky Decker.
Oh, we do enjoy talking about that boy.
Fine boy, real fine boy.
Have you been in touch with him recently?
Well, not exactly face to face, you might say.
But we know where he is.
You do?
Why, do you need to talk to him?
Not right at the moment.
Because we could track him down if necessary.
You see, Mr. Hannibal, we said that Ricky's a fine boy. Well, that's not just talk.
Now, he didn't tell us this himself, but some of the folks over at KVIK told us that he's got these relatives up in the Panhandle in Armstrong County.
And they had some sort of trouble.
So Ricky just up and left. Now, that's the sort of person he is. If there's trouble in the family, why, he's right there with them.
Isn't that something?
Yes, Mr. Barnes, that really is something.
Of course, we'll be in touch with him as soon as he gets back.
So if you need to see him, why, he'll be there.
I'm glad to hear that.
I knew you would be.
And I'm also glad to hear that your candidate is not in any trouble.
Oh, that boy couldn't get in trouble if he wanted.
I'm glad you think so, Mr. Boudreaux. And I'm glad your Mr. Decker is safe and sound.
First of all, the baseball equipment was for putting up with my parents. But this is for something else.
What?
For being you. For having that smile. For saying the right thing so often. For looking so beautiful at this hour of the morning. You don't like them?
Oh, no. TJ, they're beautiful. Oh, they're just too beautiful.
No, they're not. They're not too beautiful. Nothing's too beautiful for you.
Thank you.
Here, let me help you.
Oh. Oh,
There.
oh, TJ, they're
Put your hair up out of the way.
Oh, wait, a mirror.
No.
I've got to see them.
Well, I don't have a mirror, but you just have to take my word for it. They're almost as beautiful as you.
Oh, thank you, darling.
They fit?
You better believe they fit. They fit just like you do. You know that? You're just right. I love you very much.
Well, that's good. Because I love you too.
What in the world is going on here, Rena?
Well, now, speak of the devil.
Where is she? Ashley!
Allison, explain to me why you're here.
I told Gregory not to tell you.
You didn't tell me. I overheard him on the phone.
Did you bug the telephone, Ashley?
Are you going to tell me why you're here?
Staying here.
Yeah. For about 30 more seconds.
Sorry, Ashley, you cannot talk to Allison like that in my
Rena,
house.
shut your mouth.
Get out!
Not without my sister.
This is my house, and I'm telling you to get out.
Come on, Allison.
Allison is not leaving. She's going to be living with us here.
What?
You heard me.
She's not staying here. She is my sister. She's my responsibility, not yours.
I am not your responsibility. I'm 18 years old and I can do what I want.
Don't do this, Allison.
I can't take it anymore.
Come home and we'll discuss it.
Allison has made up her own mind, Ashley.
Do you think that you could get your nose out of something that is obviously a very private family matter?
Allison has told us all about you, Ashley, and if you're going to continue to make her life miserable on this earth, then I think it's more than just a family private matter.
Well, isn't it surprising that you so nobly took her side?
She cares about me.
She does not care about you, Allison. She's using you to get to me.
How dare you say that? Allison is my friend.
She will not stay here.
She can do what she wants to do.
You will not destroy my family.
You've already done that, Ashley. I'm just trying to pick up the pieces.
Go get your things. We're going home right now.
I already am home.
Don't say that, Allison.
Ashley, I'm staying. I'm staying here with Rena.
Come on, sit down. I want to make a deal with you.
Deal? About what? The print?
I know how you must feel about Brett right now, Mark. I know how worried you must be.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Ricky. We used to be involved,
I see.
and I still care about him very much. So I'd like to help you find him and Brett.
What does this have to do with the deal, Ruby?
I want to help you. But you can't mention Bo Baker to anybody.
I don't understand.
You have to promise me, please, that you just won't mention his name to anybody, please.
Why not?
Because he used to be a client of mine. And he caused a lot of damage in my life. And he could do a whole lot more.
What did he do?
I can't tell you. You just have to trust me, okay? And you gotta believe I was an innocent bystander. I didn't want to get involved in the whole thing.
Well, then you have nothing to be afraid about, do you?
Nothing to be afraid of. He left us the fire compass. Have you seen how much trouble that's caused me and Lurleen already?
Okay, I'm sorry that caused you a problem, but what are you getting at?
Lurleen told you that we went to the police.
That's right.
I'm being totally honest with you here, Mark. They didn't believe her. They thought the whole thing sounded too crazy.
Are you saying that the police aren't after Gretchen?
No. But Mark, please don't tell Lurleen about this, all right? Because she thinks everything's okay now.
Why? Couldn't you convince them?
I didn't try very hard.
We're talking about my sister's life here, Ruby. I can't just keep quiet.
All right, Mark, this is my deal. I'll do everything I can to help you find Brett and Ricky. And I'll give you this copy of the print. But you can't mention Bo to anybody.
Ruby, I have to go to the police.
You can't. They're not going to believe you, Mark. You're going to be wasting your time.
What about Brett?
I think we can find her. We have this copy of the print.
Wait, what are you talking about? Are you planning on going with me?
That's right.
No, you stay out of this. This may be too dangerous.
Too dangerous? Mark, I'm an old hand at this by now. And besides, you need me. I'm the only one that knows anything about Gretchen.
Maybe I do. But I don't want to see you get hurt.
I don't intend to. So what do you say? You keep Bo out of the story, and I'll help you find your sister.
All I need is that print.
I know.
So what's stopping me from taking it?
Nothing. Except I think you're a gentleman. And listen, Mark, this isn't going to affect Brett at all, but it's really important to me. Please.
Okay, it's a deal.
Good. I'll hang on to this print till you're ready to go.
Thanks.
You let me know when you want to leave and I'll be ready.
Fair enough. I just have to make some arrangements.
Thanks.
Excuse me.
Well, hi, Gregory.
Hi,
What can I do
Gregory.
for you?
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's all right, honey.
Is there something you want?
I was wondering if it would be all right if I waited in here.
Waiting for what?
Well, see, Marshall's away and Ashley isn't here yet.
Oh, well, she's not. Well, sure. Yeah, just make yourself at home.
Come on.
Thanks.
Well, I'm better go or I'm going to be late.
I'm sorry I walked in while you were kissing.
Oh, no, don't mind that, honey. Here. That'll make up for it. And Mr. Canfield? I'll see you later.
Okay, I'll call you.
Okay. I've never had a date start as great. Thanks. Oh, Gregory, could you do me a favor?
What?
Well, I'm on my way to work right now, and you know, I'm gonna look pretty silly if I wear this to the boutique. Would you take care of it for me?
Okay.
And the ball
Thanks.
that TJ gave me?
Thanks.
Okay. Have a good day.
See you tonight. So, Gregory, you want some juice or something?
No, thank you.
Okay. So what are you going to do today?
Nothing, I guess.
That sounds great. Is something wrong?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
There's nothing anyone can do.
Are you sure?
TJ, everything's gone wrong. Marshall isn't even here to talk to.
Allison, Ashley, why don't you leave before you embarrass yourself further?
Allison, go get your things. We're going home right now.
No! I'm not going to let you order me around any longer, Ashley. I won't stand for it.
Don't talk to me like that.
Why? You treat me like I'm some sort of a servant.
Don't do this.
I'm only taking care of myself.
You did this, didn't you?
I haven't done anything. Allison came here on her own free will.
I see your handiwork all over this mess,
This has
Rena.
nothing to do with Rena.
It has everything. What has she been telling you?
Nothing. But she listens to me. And she doesn't tell me that I look like trash and that I never do anything right.
I've never, ever said that, Allison.
But you imply it all the time. Ashley, I can't live where I don't have room to breathe and where someone's on my back all the time.
I don't understand where you get this idea that you're so persecuted. I don't understand.
So it seems.
Allison, you're my sister. I love you.
Do you?
Of course I do. And we're family, and that means more than anything.
Does being family give you the right to run my life?
I'm only trying to help you.
By yelling at me all the time?
If that's the way it seems, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Come home now. We can sit down and discuss this, and we'll work everything out.
Mm-mm. No, Ashley, it's too late. I'm going to run my own life from now on. Leave me alone, Ashley. You want me to tell our friend?
You must be very happy, Rena.
I beg your pardon?
Have you been working a long time to turn my sister against me?
I didn't do anything, Ashley. I simply listened and tried to understand.
Come home.
I am home.
I see. Rena, I have never liked you.
The feeling is mutual.
I have never liked you swinging through life, grabbing whatever you wanted.
I really think you should leave now.
You know, you've done some malicious things in your life.
I don't have to stand here and listen to you.
But this is family, and you have turned my sister against me, and you will not get away with it.
Get out!
I'm going to be very, very sorry for what you've done. Allison! Allison! Come home. We need you.
So you want to talk to Justin?
He's gone.
I know. You miss him, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, I'll bet if Justin were here, he'd tell you to talk about what's bothering you.
Yeah, probably.
I'm a good listener. Maybe I could help.
It's Allison.
What's wrong?
Well, she left.
She left home?
Yeah, she's living at Rena's now. She called me up this morning. She wanted to know when Ashley was going to be there so that she could come by and pick up her things.
No wonder you're upset.
Ashley's real unhappy. She went over to Rena's to try and get Allison to come home.
I can see why you wanted to talk to Justin.
Yeah, he knew what to do.
Sure he would.
Allison's like my sister. She just walked out.
You miss her, don't you?
We were a family. Marshall, Ashley, Allison, and me. Just one family.
You know, even if Allison doesn't live at your house, she's still family.
Marshall could get her back.
Maybe. You know, sometimes people do some really dumb things when they're upset, like moving out. And all they really need is a little time alone. Maybe when she's not so upset, she'll want to come back.
Hope so.
It must be pretty rotten with both Allison and Justin gone.
Yeah.
Well, I think everything will work out, Gregory. I really do.
Why do they have to leave? Why do they have to leave? Stay together.
It'll work out, Gregory. They'll come back. It's gonna be okay.
Mark gone?
Mm-hmm. He just left.
Well, what did you have to talk to him about that was so important?
I made a deal with him.
Is he gonna invest?
No, honey, I don't mean that. About the print.
I thought you were gonna give it to him so he could find his sister.
I'm gonna do that. I just wanted him to promise me that he wouldn't mention Bo Baker to anybody.
Oh, what difference does it make? I already told the police everything.
I know, Lurleen, but I just don't want him telling it to anybody else.
Ruby, he didn't take the print with him.
That's right. We decided I'm going to hang on to it till we're ready to leave.
We?
Yeah, we're going to go together to find Brett and Ricky.
Oh, Ruby, I don't have to go too, do I?
Oh, no, honey, I didn't mean that.
Well, thank goodness. I thought it was all starting over again.
Oh, no. Hang in there, Lurleen. The whole thing is almost over.
I sure do hope so.
You've been through enough already, honey.
Well, I sure agree with you there.
But I'm going to go with Mark. We're going to try to get to the bottom of all this.
You take care of yourself, you hear?
Oh, will?
I know you'll do great. Look how well you've done so far.
That's only because I had you, Lurleen. I think we make a pretty good team.
We do, don't we?
We sure do, honey. Pretty good team.
Yes.
Adams checking in, sir. Ricky Decker and the Wheeler girl just passed on the way to High Topaz.
You know exactly where they are?
Gretchen's right on their tail.
You've been in touch with her?
Oh, yes, sir. The radio system is working fine. Gretchen says as soon as she's certain that they have the missing piece of the fire compass that they'll be taken care of.
And tell Gretchen I'm looking forward to hearing that she has the missing piece.
Yes, sir.
And especially that Mr. Decker and Miss Wheeler have been eliminated.
I hope you understand my reservation. I really thought that you were acting hastily. But I think now you've made the right decision.
I don't know how I'm ever going to repay you.
That's not necessary. We're friends, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I often think about that night you came over here to see Rena. First time we talked.
You were so nice.
Well, Allison, I was at a pretty low point myself that evening, and it was nice for me to have someone to talk to. But now that you're here in the house, we'll be able to talk with each other, well, whenever we feel we need to.
That would be wonderful, won't it?
Mm-hmm. This is your home now, and I don't want you to be embarrassed to ask for anything.
You've done so much for me. I don't deserve it.
Of course you do. All my friends deserve the best.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you so much.
TJ,
Ashley, you're all right.
is it that obvious?
Gregory was in here to tell me what happened. He's waiting for you in your office.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he was a little upset, but I calmed him down.
Oh, I better go to him.
No, it's all right. It's all right. He said he wanted to wait for you in your office. Said he wanted to think.
Oh, isn't he something?
He sure is. How'd it go with Rena?
It was horrible. I couldn't. Allison won't come home. I begged her.
I'm sorry.
Well, I just can't seem to get through to her. Rena just stood there gloating over the whole thing.
Well, look, it's an awkward age. You gotta rebel. You gotta fight against authority.
But she's not mad at everybody, TJ. It's just me.
Did you ever think that it might be very difficult to be your sister? You know, you'd be an awfully hard act to follow.
No, we never, ever had those kind of problems. No, something new has been added.
What's that?
Rena.
Now, Ashley...
Listen, TJ. She's up to something. I know her. But she's not gonna get away with it.
Thank you very much. It's very nice of you to make time for me, Julia.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. As a matter of fact, it made me feel kind of important when I told my husband that you wanted to interview me for KVIK.
Well, like I told you, I'm a producer at KVIK, and I'm interested in doing a documentary on women in business.
Oh, that sounds so interesting.
You know, I think it can be if we get the right slant on it. Of course, it's very easy for us to get information about these women, like how old they are and what kind of a job they do, but I thought that would be pretty boring to put on television.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So I thought it would be interesting if we could talk to people who knew these women before they became successful or famous.
Oh, isn't that clever?
Now, you were a sorority sister of Ashley Lyndon Marshall.
That's right. Kappa Gamma Phi, sisters till we die.
Isn't that sweet? I want to talk about Ashley at the University of Texas. Now, what kind of a girl was she? Did you think that she would go as far as she did?
Oh, let's see. Of course, now, I always liked Ashley.
Of course, we all do.
But frankly, I was a little surprised when I'd heard that she was so successful in business.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, not that she didn't always do well in her courses. No, she's a bright girl.
But?
Well, she just didn't seem serious about business and such. You see, she was very popular.
Ashley?
Oh, yeah. She was just so easy, big smile on her face for everybody. As a matter of fact, I spent my entire sophomore year trying to be just like her.
You did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what made it all so sad.
Made what so sad?
Oh, when Ashley left school.
Ashley didn't graduate?
Well, not that I know of. No, Ashley left school when her big romance went sour.
Tell me about that.
Oh, they were the handsomest couple. Well, all the girls, we simply swooned over TJ.
TJ?
Yeah. See, he and Ashley were secretly engaged. Oh, it was the most romantic thing. I was devastated when it blew up.
His name was TJ.
Yeah. I never really knew what it stood for. But I can see him now like he was standing right in front of me. TJ Canfield. What a hunk.
You mean that Ashley was engaged to a man named TJ Canfield?
Yes, that's why I tried to be just like her for an entire year. Oh, he was so handsome.
Was it serious between them?
Oh, I should say so. That was back when being engaged meant something.
Well, what went wrong?
Parents. See, TJ's parents were not exactly delighted when they found out.
Why not?
Well, TJ, aside from being a dream, came from money. Oh, what a catch he was. See, Ashley didn't have money then.
So it was TJ's parents that broke it up.
Well, I wasn't privy to the details, but that's what we all thought. It was thoroughly discussed by the Kappa Gamma Phi's.
And then Ashley left school.
That's right. Is this what you want?
Oh, yes. This is exactly the kind of detail that we're interested in. Exactly.
Honey, are you okay? You seem real quiet.
I'm just thinking
About what?
about you and Mark going to look for Brett and Ricky. What you're doing is real fine.
Well, I just want to help. I feel like this whole thing's my fault to begin with.
Ruby,
What, hon?
I keep thinking I should be helping too.
Lurleen, now you listen to me. You are helping just by staying here and running the coop. Besides, I really think you've been through enough already. I want you to concentrate on getting some rest.
I won't be able to rest, Ruby.
Why not?
If you and Mark go to Hatopa, I'm going to be worried sick about you.
Oh, honey, we're going to be okay.
You and Mark will be in as much danger as Brett and Ricky, maybe more. We already know for sure that Gretchen wants to kill you, too.
Lurleen, don't think like that.
Well, how else can I think? The way I figure it, you might never come back from Hatopa.
Ricky, I just don't understand it. We followed Miles' instructions exactly.
We'll just have to try again tomorrow. Now, I think you better get some sleep.
Sleep? I can't sleep. Miles' words just keep running through my head. You know, I think we're close to finding that cave.
We are close.
Ricky, what if we can't find the secret room within the cave?
You'll find it.
Well, if we don't, we made this whole trip for nothing.
All right. Hold it. Hold everything. Do you realize I have been following you everywhere around this building? Will you tell me what is going on here?
Allison just moved in with Rena Decker.
You're kidding. How did that happen?
I don't know. All I know is that Ashley's devastated.
Of course. How did Rena maneuver that one?
That's what Ashley'd like to know.
TJ, she must be so upset.
Yeah, she is. Look, I know that we're not supposed to get involved with these things, but I think we've got to. Ashley needs our help.
You mean that Ashley was engaged to a man named TJ Canfield?
Yes, that's why I tried to be like her for an entire year. Oh, he was so handsome.
Or was it serious between them?
Oh, I should say so. Well, this was back when being engaged meant something.
What went wrong?
Parents. TJ's parents were not exactly delighted when they found out.
Why not?
Well, TJ, aside from being a dream, came from money. Oh, what a catch he was. See, Ashley didn't have money then.
So it was TJ's parents that broke it up.
Well, I wasn't privy to the details, but that's what we all thought. I can assure you it was thoroughly discussed by the Kappa Gamma Phi's.
And then Ashley left school.
That's right. Hey, is this what you want?
Oh, this is exactly what I want. It's exactly the kind of detail that we're interested in. You know, it's fascinating. I just didn't realize that Ashley and TJ were that close.
Oh, yes. They were quite an item back at school.
Well, what happened to Ashley after her engagement was broken?
I don't really know. I didn't see Ashley for a while. I guess she was pretty devastated by it.
Isn't it interesting how things come full circle? Do you know that Ashley and TJ worked together at Marshall Oil?
Well, that must be difficult for them.
I wonder.
I haven't been any help at all, have I?
Nonsense. You have been wonderful. Anything I can learn about Ashley Marshall is helpful. Very helpful.
Did Allison move out?
I don't know, got tired of the arguing, I guess.
Well, I know it's been pretty hard on both of them lately.
Yeah, the sad thing is that Ashley really does love Allison.
Of course she does. She's just trying to protect her.
Well, kids that age don't want to be protected.
What do you think about Allison, honey?
Seems like a pretty normal kid to me.
Yeah. Such a painful age, don't you think?
Mm.
Wanting to be a child, wanting to be an adult. I remember how confused I was.
It's a tough time. You're going to make mistakes that'll change your whole life.
Oh, it must be killing Ashley that she went to Rena, though.
Yeah, she's really hurt.
How could Allison do such a thing? She knows about Rena and Ashley.
Well, it certainly would be a good way to get back at Ashley and show your independence at the same time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Gosh, I feel badly for her. She's been through so much lately.
Look, we've got to help Ashley, at least till Justin gets back.
She doesn't want us interfering in her private life. She's made that very clear, TJ.
Look, Paige, she's all alone. She needs a friend.
Well, okay. All right. Let's see what we can do to help her out. Maybe we can make her feel better.
Look, I think maybe it might be best if you were the one who talked to her.
Me? Alone? Now, wait just a second. You're Ashley's friend, too, TJ.
Yeah, I know, but right now I think she needs you.
Hey, you two.
Well, look who's here, Lurleen, if it isn't Mr. Mark Wheeler.
How you doing?
Oh, we're doing fine, aren't we, honey?
Oh, yeah, we're doing fine. Have you found anything about Brett and Ricky?
I need some answers.
I'm so glad you're helping. I just know they're in a lot of danger with Gretchen after them.
I know, that's why we need some answers fast.
But what can we do to help?
Are you sure you never heard any mention of where Haitopa is?
I didn't. Did you? No, I don't think so.
What about Joel? What do you know about that guy?
Well, Elena just said that he was a guide that was going to take this lady up to Haitopa.
You know how we can reach him? What about last name? We gotta track this guy down!
But they've already gone.
I know. But if we could get into his office, maybe we could find a clue. I know it's not much to go on. That's all we've got.
Gretchen, Hannibal's getting impatient. What's happening there?
Look, I'm working as fast as I can. Now tell Hannibal that.
He wants action.
He's gonna get plenty of action, I can guarantee you that.
Do you know where Decker and Wheeler are?
Of course I do. Isn't that why I am here?
Then if you do know, why are you stalling?
I am not stalling. Look, you ought to try going down in that canyon. It's like a maze. You get lost and turned around every place you go.
Gretchen, do you realize how important this mission is?
Yes, I do know. Now stop hassling me, Adams.
Hey, Gretchen.
Look, I gotta go. Joel's back.
You got any trouble with him?
Nothing that I can't handle.
Now I'm signing off. I was beginning to worry about you.
Yeah, I've been down there looking for a different way into that canyon.
Did you find one?
No. And I know that there's one there, and I I just can't find it.
Well, maybe you'll find one yet. Come on.
Did you want to go back down in there today?
Well, I was going to leave that decision up to you.
I think we'd be better to go tomorrow.
Fine. I got to finish up those notes I was taking on that desert sage I found yesterday anyway.
Now, you're not taking me down in that canyon again to look at more desert sage, are you?
No. I'm looking for something far more important than desert sage.
You've got to hurry. What's going to happen to your sister and Ricky if Gretchen gets to him before you do?
Hey, think of it. That's why we need some answers fast.
Well, how are you going to get some answers? I mean, we don't even know this guy's last name.
We'll think of something.
You know, I was serious about what I said.
Or what?
I want to go with you to High Topaz.
If we can find High Topaz, and right now it's a pretty big if. Unless we can track this guy down, Ruby, we're not going anywhere.
I got it.
Well, how'd you find it so fast?
I just looked under guides in the yellow pages.
You don't even know this guy's last name.
Well, look at this. It's an ad for Joel's Guide Service, Walker Tours Incorporated. I mean, it's got to be it, doesn't it? How many guides could be named Joel?
Lurleen, you're beautiful.
I just looked in the yellow pages.
That's my partner. She's always thinking.
Thanks, Lurleen.
Hey, where are you going?
Where do you think I'm going? I'm going to Joel's Guide Service, see what I can find out.
Aren't you forgetting something?
No, I got the address.
I'm talking about me. You're not going anywhere without me. You promised.
Well, then come on. What are you waiting for?
Oh, y'all be careful.
Oh, honey, you don't have to worry about us. We're just going to go to Joel's office. Nothing's going to happen.
Hey, Lurleen, come on. I'll take care of it.
See? I'm in good hands.
Why'd you do that?
Because you got us Joel's address, and that's the best thing that's happened to us all day. Now, come on.
Bye.
Now, Ashley is your friend too, TJ.
I know that. Sometimes she forgets, though.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
It's a long story. Just take my word for it, okay?
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Just talk to her. I think she needs a sympathetic ear.
TJ, she's gonna think that I'm sticking my nose right back into her business affairs again. You know that.
Knows that she's up against a wall. I mean, without Justin here, who's she gonna turn to?
You're right. Okay. All right, I'll do what I can.
That's my girl.
Wait a minute. Is this really the proper place for this, Mr. Canfield?
Seems all right to me.
Yeah, but what if somebody walks in?
No problem.
No problem. Oh, what do you mean?
You know what I'd do if somebody walked in here?
What?
I'd say, I'd like you to meet the woman I love.
Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, I like that one, yeah. I think it was just fun.
There you are, Ashley, darling. My. The years haven't been very kind to you, have they? Come in.
Hi, Raina.
Hi, honey.
Do you have a minute?
Sure. What can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to thank you again for letting me stay at your home.
Honey, you don't have to thank me. I'm just glad that we were able to help you out.
Oh, you did. Well, you have no idea how much you did.
Well, if I were in a jam, you'd do the same thing for me.
You can count on it.
That's what friends are for, aren't they? Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Any second thoughts about moving out?
No, I had to move out. Ashley and I would have just killed each other eventually. It's just,
Just what?
Well, I've been thinking about Gregory.
What about him?
I'm really gonna miss that little guy. We've been together forever, and I love him a lot.
Well, there's no reason why you can't see him. He can come to the house any time he wants.
Do you mean that?
Of course I do, honey. If you want, you can see him every day.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better. Thank you.
How's Justin handling this?
Justin's out of town.
You think that he's going to force you to move back home?
Oh, no. No, Justin understands about people needing to move out.
Ashley doesn't.
No way. No. I think if Ashley had her way, I'd still be in pinafores and black patent leather shoes.
I'm sure you make her feel old just thinking that she has an adult baby sister.
What do you mean?
Ah, nothing. So, do you think you're gonna like your new home?
Oh, I love it. You and your mother have just been terrific.
I'm glad it's gonna work out for you.
Rena, I want you to know that as soon as I can, I plan to get a place of my own. I don't want to take advantage of your friendship.
Honey, what is this? You just moved in and now you're talking about moving out? Aren't we good hosts?
You know you are. I don't want to be in the way.
Will you stop it? There's no possible way how you could be in the way. I mean, that's an awfully big house for two people to just ramble around in.
Well, isn't your father coming home soon?
He's out of town for a while.
Well, I'd like to be out by the time he gets back.
That's not necessary, Allison. If you want to stay, you can stay as long as you want.
Oh, Rena, I really have to get out and get a place of my own. I mean, that's why I left Justin and Ashley.
How are you going to do this? You have to be realistic. It takes a lot of money to start housekeeping.
Maybe I could get the money from an old friend of the family's who's here in Houston. Maybe he could help me out.
Allison, I don't want to hear any more about this moving out or borrowing money. Now, Mama and I are delighted to have you staying at our house. I just want you to relax. Try to enjoy it, okay?
Brett, it's not like you to be so pessimistic.
Ricky, I am just so frustrated.
I know you are. You were hoping to find Miles here.
Oh, yeah, I was counting on it. You know, all those times when he never answered his phone, the only thing that made any sense to me was if he was already on his way to Haitopa.
Well, it's still possible.
No, it's not. Nobody's been here, not in ages.
Brett, you don't want to back out now, do you?
No. I just wish we'd find some answers, though. That canyon just does something to me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's really a strange feeling.
I feel disoriented and turned around, like I forget what we're doing here.
Oh, Miles sure was right about those supernatural feelings, even when you try to fight it.
Ricky, you think we're going to find that cave?
Oh, Brett, there's no question about it. We are a pretty determined pair.
I'm glad you're here.
You don't think I would have let you come out here alone, do you?
No.
Hey, listen, would you feel a little better if I made you some hot coffee?
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, but will you drink it?
You're beginning to sound like Vivian.
You're not answering my question.
All right. Yes, I'll drink it.
Okay.
Suta's rock and its symbols. I knew nothing of the fire compass. But as I read the symbols, with my knowledge of these ancient signs, I realized that the entrance of the cave and its secrets were protected by Suta's magic. They could be found only with a fire compass which he had shaped from the heart of an ancient oak. Rational mind said that if there was a cave entrance nearby, I could find it without some magical toy. But Suta's magic seemed to grip me. The more I searched the canyon wall, the more jumbled my senses became. The canyon wall spun irrationally overhead. Suddenly, I stumbled into a narrow, treacherous crevice, black as the blackest night.
Here's your coffee. Watch out, it's hot. Hey, are you okay? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
It's that legend, Ricky.
Brett, you've got to try and put it out of your mind for now.
I just can't. We have got to unlock Sutar's secret.
Brett, that's why we're here. We'll do it.
How? How are we going to do it, Ricky? We can't even find our way around in this canyon.
Not at the clock. What are you going to do, call us?
You take the credit card, you slide it in the door in between the frame here and the door handle. You just jiggle it around a little and it opens up.
Let's try. It's not working. Where's your demon in here? Got a hairpin.
Yeah, I think so. Wow, that one always works in movies. Here.
Guess I'll have to break it down.
You can't do that.
Why not?
Because you're going to get hurt.
Not gonna get hurt. Let's stand back.
That was wonderful.
Close the door, quick.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. You get the desk. I'll get the file cabinet.
Okay. Mark?
What?
Come here for a minute.
What you got?
Yeah, I think so.
Gretchen Randolph, naturalist, guided this river in Haitopa.
That's it, isn't it?
Sure is.
Oh, good. What good is that going to do
Well, it
us?
says Northwest River.
So?
So? It's a place to start.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, we go back to World Oil Map Room and look through the Northwest River maps. Come on.
You think we can find it?
I hope so. Brett and Rick can depend upon it. Let's go.
Darling, you know it's not going to be so easy to get back down there.
Well, I never expected it to be easy. But I'm determined to find what I came for.
Why is this so important to you?
Well, no other naturalist has ever recorded these plants before.
They're different than other plants?
That's right. There was an explosion here about 700 years ago.
Yeah, now I've heard that legend myself. You don't really believe that's true, do you?
Look, all I know is there was an explosion that altered some of these plant forms. And this is the only place in the world that you can find those plants.
That is what?
And wouldn't it be something if I could be the first person to bring them back?
I like your determination, I really do. But when we get down there, how about she'll explaining to me all the stuff that you're doing, because you are now getting me fired up about it.
Sure.
Well, you think you'll be able to find those plants down there when you get there?
Well, I got it. And believe me, I'm not going back to Houston until I've gotten what I've come for. Oh, Paige.
Oh, hi.
What are you doing here? Hi.
Oh, well, I just thought I'd stop by and see how you were.
Paige, you're not fooling me.
What do you mean?
Well, I figured that you'd talk to TJ.
Yeah, we talked.
Did he tell you Allison moved out?
Yeah. I thought you might need a friend by now.
Yeah. Yeah, I sure do. I tell you, it's been hard with Justin gone.
Well, come on, hon, sit down. Tell me what happened.
Well, same old thing. We argued, of course.
Yeah.
But this time, next thing I knew, she'd moved in with Rena Decker.
Sounds like a pretty bad fight, Ashley.
Well, not really. You know, what I think bothers me the most about the whole thing is that Allison is going to get hurt.
Well, why do you say that?
Because I know Rena, and she's convinced Allison that she's her friend.
Well, maybe they do like each other.
Rena knows that she can use her to get at Justin and me. What do you think Allison's going to do when she finds out?
She's going to get very hurt. But you don't know that for sure, Ashley.
Yes, I do. See, I know how Rena operates. Yes, I do. Allison's going to be destroyed when she finds out. Just destroyed.
If that happens, then she'll just come back to you and Justin.
Can you imagine the kind of scars that she's going to have to carry then?
You really love her, don't you, honey?
Yeah, of course I do. She's my sister. Paige, why? Every time I love somebody, do I end up hurting
Now
them?
stop that. Stop talking like that. You know that's not true.
Yes, it is. It is true. I've heard them all.
Wow. This is really a nice office. Sure is a lot nicer than mine at the Coop.
Oh, it's not my office. It's Rena Decker's.
Oh. Well, if this is Rena's office, yours must be incredible.
I don't have an office.
Didn't you tell me you were president of World Oil?
I know.
Well, then how come you don't have an office?
Because I don't like offices. They tie you down. I like to feel free to wander around and do my own thing. Other than these file cabinets and for a phone, I don't need any of this stuff.
If I were president of a big oil corporation like this, I would want the biggest, fanciest office I could get.
Well, shows you everybody has their own style.
Well, how does Rena feel about you traipsing in and out of her office?
She doesn't mind.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Why?
Rena doesn't seem like the kind of person who wants somebody infringing on her territory.
She's not like that. She's been terrific.
Guess she knows enough not to mess with the boss.
Ruby, you got her all wrong. She's a dynamite lady.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, we wait for the map room to be free and go look for High Topaz.
Think we can find it?
I think we'd better. If those maps are down there and High Topaz exists, we better find it. Just might take a little digging, that's all.
Well, it should go a little faster with two of us looking.
Yeah, well, I hope so. We're running out of time.
I'm not going to leave your side till we find Brett and Ricky.
You're terrific. You know that?
I just want to help. Ricky's my client. But more than that, I really care about him. I care about what happens to him.
Look, I better go down to the map room. If Maybe I can stare at those guys for a while and they'll manage to get the message and get out.
Well, do you want me to come along with you?
No, you just stay here. You're comfortable here, aren't you? Okay? And I'll come back and get you as soon as the map room's free.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. You'll be okay, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. See you later.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Decker. How very nice to see you.
What are you doing here, Ruby? Paige, what am I gonna do?
Now, the first thing you're gonna do is gonna stop blaming yourself. You're not guilty of anything,
She
Ashley.
left because of me?
She left because she's 18, Ashley.
Why did I have to be so hard on her? If I kept my mouth shut, she'd still be living with Justin and me.
Now, Ashley, you've just got to give her some space. And trust she'll be back, I know it.
What's so bad is that she's living with Rena Decker. That's what makes me so mad.
Yeah, I know that hurts, doesn't it?
It's not just that it hurts me, Paige. It's more than that. What if Allison does get in trouble? What if she gets sick? Do you think that Rena's gonna call? Think she's gonna let us know? No, because she's got Allison to use against Justin and me.
Wait a minute, I think we're forgetting something here.
What?
Vicki Bellman.
What about her?
Well, now, you get along with her pretty well, don't you?
I guess so.
I think you should go talk to Vicki. Tell her how upset you are. I know she'll listen to you.
Are you kidding? I'm sure that Rena's probably turned her against me.
Now, wait a minute. Don't sell Vicki short. She is a neat lady, and I know that she'll listen to you.
I don't know. I mean, she's still Rena's mother.
Yes, but that's just it, Ashley. She's a mother. She'll know your concerns. She'll understand what you're feeling.
You think so?
Yes, I know it. Now, will you go do it?
Well, why not? I mean, what have I got to lose?
I think it'll help.
Well, maybe it will. Maybe.
Feeling a little better?
I know it doesn't seem like it, but yes, I am, and thank you. Thank you.
It's what friends are for, honey. And I love you, you know that.
I love you, too.
Now, something else, Ashley.
What?
TJ is your friend, too. Don't you forget that, okay?
You what you're doing in my office.
I'm waiting for somebody.
Try the waiting room.
I'll wait here.
You don't seem to understand, Ruby. This is my office.
Oh, I know. It's a pretty nice office. I don't much care for that painting, though.
I mean it. I've got a lot of work to do, and I want you out of this office.
Too bad. I'm staying here.
Never thought you were very smart. You leave me no choice, Ruby.
Who are you calling?
Security. If you won't leave on your own, I'll have someone escort you out of here.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Is that a threat? What do you think you're doing?
TJ, is that you?
Can I come in?
What are you doing?
Just testing the waters to see if it's okay, safe to come in.
Take your chances.
I hope you're not upset that I told Paige about Allison.
No, Big Mouth, I'm not upset. No, we had a real nice talk.
Good. I was worried about you, Ashley.
Yeah, I know that. Thank you.
Did Paige help?
Yeah, I think she gave me some good advice. She told me that I ought to go see Victoria Bellman and that maybe she could tell me how Allison was.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. She told me something else, too.
That you're my friend?
I've been telling you that for a long time.
I know. I know. Listen, there's something that you can help me with that I sure can't talk to Paige about.
What's that?
This crazy idea that Justin has about your father coming to work for Marshall Oil.
Yeah, I know. I've been worried about it, too.
Well, what are we going to do about it, TJ?
I don't know.
Well, we have to do something. If your father comes to work at Marshall Oil, it's going to ruin everything for both of us.
I've had it, Ruby. I don't know what you're trying to pull, but I want you out of here this minute.
Temper, temper. You really shouldn't be talking to me in that tone of voice.
I can talk to you any way I want.
I don't think so.
Just what are you trying to pull now, Ruby?
I'm just settling up a score.
A score?
I don't much like the way you treat me. You think just because you're rich and you got this fancy office and this fancy job, you can treat me like dirt. Well, you're not going to get away with it.
Is that a threat?
Maybe it is. Maybe you ought to listen.
I'm tired of listening to you. I want you out of here now.
Hello, Rena. Come on, Ruby. You about ready?
Anytime you are.
Hope you didn't mind her waiting here.
Oh, Rena didn't mind. We just had a real nice chat, didn't we?
Good. I was hoping the two of you might get along.
Oh, we did. Rena and I understand each other.
I'm glad. Come on, let's go. Bye, Rena.
Rena, you'll remember our little talk, won't you?
Something wrong, Joe?
No, not really. I'm getting antsy about getting back down in the canyon.
What I thought you suggested that we don't go down till tomorrow.
No, I don't think we should. It's just that I'd really like to find another way down in there.
Well, would you like to go exploring?
Yeah, I would like to go exploring. Would you like to go with me?
No, I think that both of us shouldn't be completely exhausted. So why don't you go on ahead of me?
You gonna be okay up here by yourself?
Yes, I'll be fine. And anyway, I want to finish up those notes I was taking. I don't want to be down on that canyon floor having to worry about paperwork.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna wander around and see what I can find then.
Well, that's fine. And I'll make us something to eat while you're gone.
All right. In that case, I won't be too long.
Take your time. I'll be here when you get back.
Feeling better?
Ricky, I feel just terrible about dragging you here because I think we're on a wild goose chase.
Hey, Brett. I want you to get something straight. I'm here because I want to be.
What about your career, though? What's going to happen to that?
Hey, would you let me worry about my career?
Ricky, you have jeopardized your career coming here with me. I didn't want you to do that.
You know something? You are really something.
Why?
Well, if I remember correctly, the only fight we ever had was because you thought my career was too frivolous.
Oh, please, don't remind me of that. I was wrong, okay?
Hey, Brett, I didn't say it to make you feel bad.
You couldn't make me feel worse than I do right now.
All right. I guess it's time I spelled it out for you.
What? Spelled what out?
You are, without a doubt, the most interesting woman that I've ever met.
Well, most people wouldn't call it interesting. More like obsessive, stubborn, one-track minded.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't exactly argue with them about that either. Brett, the point is, I care more about you than I have ever cared for almost anybody.
Oh, Ricky, I care about you, too. And I know I don't always act like I do.
And there is no way this trip is going to be a waste.
Don't.
What?
Look, until all of this is settled with Haitopa and Miles, I can't get involved with anybody. It wouldn't be fair.
Hey, would you let me worry about what's fair for me?
I'm also known for trying to take charge.
I can hold my own.
Yeah, I know that you can. But I can't get involved with you right now. Not out here.
Texas. We'll be right back.
When are you going to go and see Vicki Bellman?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't even thought that far ahead yet.
Well, promise me you'll do it soon, all right? I think it might help.
Boy, life sure is strange, isn't it, TJ?
What do you mean?
Me going to see Vicki Bellman?
What's wrong with that? Seems fine to me.
Well, she's Rena's mother.
So?
Well, it just seems strange to me. I mean, I'm going to that woman for help, and her daughter is the whole reason that I have these problems.
It's time.
Time to turn the screws on you, Ashley Marshall.
Hello, Ashley.
Hello, I know that you're busy and I won't keep you long.
No, that's all right. Please, come in.
Well, I appreciate you seeing me. I know that I don't have an appointment.
An appointment is not necessary. I think I know why you're here. It's about Allison, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Victoria, how would you have felt if when Rena was Allison's age, she just packed up and left home?
Grant, are you free now?
Yes, what do you want to talk about? You sounded upset on the phone.
I'm more concerned than upset.
Concerned about what?
Mark.
Why? What has he done?
He hasn't done anything yet, but he could be setting himself up for a lot of trouble. I don't know what he could possibly be thinking.
Wait, Rena, you're talking too fast. I can't understand you.
Okay. I know that Mark is doing everything he can to find out what happened to Brett and Ricky, but he's teaming up with the wrong person to do it.
Teaming up? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about his working with Ruby Wright. Believe me, he doesn't know what she's like. That girl is trouble, Grant. She has always been trouble.
Are we really going to need all these maps?
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of thought it would be like looking at one of them maps you get at the gas station.
No, these are better, more detailed maps, survey maps. They'll help us pinpoint the area, that is, if Haitopa is on the map at all.
Well, what now?
Well, start looking. We got all these maps to go through.
Well, it shouldn't be too difficult, should it? I mean, we found that note in that guy's office. It told us exactly where they're going.
That note only said the Nueces River area.
Well, doesn't that narrow it down?
All these maps are the Nueces River area. Finding Haitopa is going to be like finding a needle in a haystack.
Oh. You're right. This could take a long time. A very long time.
Yep. Start looking. Might as well enjoy it and relax.
You know, I think I could get to like this.
Paige, can I talk to you about something?
Well, sure.
Hello, ladies.
Hi, Roger.
Hey, how's my designer doing?
All right. Well, I should run along and let you two talk.
Oh, no, Paige, you don't have to go.
Yeah, don't let us chase you away.
Oh, no, you're not. Really, the next appointment isn't for a couple of hours, and so I thought I'd go over to TJ's office for a while. I'll be back. Good luck, honey. Nice to see you again, Roger. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ah, nice lady.
Yeah, oh, she's just so terrific. You know, not only did she
Those
give me
are
this job,
designs?
but... Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
If when Rena was Allison's age, she picked up and left home, I'd be upset, of course.
Then you can understand how I feel.
Yes, I can. I really can. Have you spoken to Rena?
Well, Rena and I aren't exactly on speaking terms.
Yes, I know, and I'm sorry about that. But you can't blame Rena for your problems with Allison.
Victoria, I have to believe that Allison did not make this decision on her own.
Ashley, you're upset, and understandably so. But I really think we should sit down and talk about this. Please.
Thank you.
Ashley, I have had several very serious talks with Allison. She's a troubled girl, but very bright. She seems to know what she's about. And I am convinced that what she did was by her own choice.
With no encouragement from Rena.
Well, Rena didn't discourage her, but that's because she feels Allison is doing what is best for Allison. And so do I.
You do?
Yes, I do. She's simply trying to get away from a situation that's been disturbing her for quite some time.
Running away from a problem doesn't solve it.
I agree. But sometimes it's best to back off from that problem to get a better perspective. And I think that's what Allison is doing.
Has she told you why she hates me so much?
Oh, Ashley, she doesn't hate you. Quite the opposite. I think she feels a little smothered by you.
Well, why can't she understand that I'm only trying to protect her?
You know, we all tend to forget what a difficult age 18 is. We've all been through it. And we're no longer children, but we're not quite adults. And we don't want to be protected anymore. We want to be independent. Allison is no different.
I don't think she's ready to be on her own.
Can you be so sure?
Yes. Look at all that she's had to go through in the past months. Aunt Hildy was like her mother. She died. She had to move here to Houston. No, Victoria, I don't think that she's ready to be alone.
But she's not going to be alone.
Well, actually, that bothers me, too. Now she's going to be with Rena.
And me. She turned to both of us. Oh, I know we're not the friends of your choice, but I think it's better that she's with us than staying alone in some hotel or apartment. Don't you agree?
I suppose so.
Rena and I care very much about Allison. And I think it's important that she be with people who care about her.
But I care about her, too. I love her more than anyone.
I can see you do.
Why can't she see it?
Oh, she will. Just give her some time to spread her wings. Allow her this freedom now, and I'm sure you're going to wind up very good friends.
I hope so. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. But I really appreciate you talking to me.
I'm glad you came, Ashley.
And you've helped me a lot.
Good.
I hope that you won't mind if I keep in touch with you. Find out how she's doing. I promise I won't be a pest.
I won't mind at all.
Victoria, thank you.
Rena, isn't it possible that you're making a mountain out of a molehill?
I mean, we know that Mark wanted to talk to Lurleen Harper and Ruby Wright about Miles Rehnquist.
I know.
Why, wasn't it possible they didn't touch base and he asked him to get a hold of him here?
That's not the case, Grant. I know Ruby Wright, and she's up to something. I can tell by the way she acted.
Up to what?
Well, she wasn't here to try to help Mark. I mean, she's the kind of lady that you steer clear of. She is a cheap, money-grubbing hussy. And she doesn't help anyone unless she expects something in return.
I think Mark can handle it.
If he knows what's going
Well, if
on.
she's the kind of woman that you say that she is.
She is.
Then he can take care of it.
Oh, Grant. Oh, I hope you're right, for Mark's sake. I'm sorry.
Hmm?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
No, it hadn't upset me. Just that this whole thing shouldn't have happened.
What are you talking
Well, if I was
about?
paying attention, Brett wouldn't be out wandering all over the place and Mark wouldn't be trying to find her.
Oh, surely you're not blaming this on yourself.
Well, of course I am. If I'd been available for her to come and confide in me, I'd know exactly where she is.
You're being too hard on yourself.
No. I should have been harder on myself before. No, it's too late.
Hi there, handsome.
Well. How come I'm so lucky I get to see you twice in one day?
Oh, I guess you're just lucky. Am I interrupting anything?
You can interrupt me anytime you'd like.
Oh, I see.
Now, to what do I owe the honor of this visit?
Well, I had a couple of minutes at the boutique, so I thought I'd stop by and see how Ashley was doing. She seemed so upset about Alice, and I was kind of hoping that my talk had helped.
Must have.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I talked to her right after you left, and she wasn't upset with me for having asked you to talk to her.
Well, good. Is she in her office right now?
No, she stepped out for a few minutes. She didn't say where she was going.
Maybe she's going to see Vicki Bellman like I suggested.
I hope so. Vicky's the #1 lady. She'll keep an eye on Allison.
Yeah, now if she can just assure Ashley of that.
Oh, I'm sure she will. Look, now that you've managed to take care of everyone else's problems, how about taking care of one for me?
You have a problem?
I sure do.
Serious, honey?
Very.
What is it?
Paige, I don't know what's happening to me. I haven't been able to concentrate all afternoon. My mind keeps wandering. I keep thinking about this beautiful blonde.
Is this, beautiful blonde anyone I know?
No, I don't think so. But if you want to hang around for a few minutes, I'll get her in here and introduce you. You're the only beautiful blonde on my mind.
You promised? Boy Scouts honor.
I think you really got some winners there, Anita.
Good. I'm glad.
Are you?
Yeah, sure. Roger, you were talking before about doing traveling together.
Yeah, I've already firmed up a lot of the meetings we're having in New York. And judging by these designs, we're not going to have any trouble at all setting deals.
Do you really think I have to go with you?
Absolutely. I'm not going to push your designs without you being there.
Why not?
Because you are essential to this entire package. Nita, when those buyers meet you, they are not going to be able to resist you.
So I can't talk myself out of this, huh?
Not as far as I'm concerned. You do want us to be a big success, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And I know we can be. We can be the biggest thing to hit the fashion world in years.
What was it you wanted to see me about?
Well, don't look so worried, Billy Joe. It's not serious.
It isn't?
No.
Oh, good. I thought something else had gone wrong.
Why would you think that?
Well, what with the way things have been going on lately.
Well, that's true. We have had our problems, haven't we?
We sure have. I still understand where Ricky disappeared to like this.
Well, that's the reason why I've asked you to come to my office.
It is?
I'd like to ask you a favor.
A favor?
It's something I'd like you to consider for your show.
Hey, Miss Bellman, whatever you say is fine with me. I mean, you're the best in the business. I figure if you want something on the show, just say so.
Now, understand, this is just a request. I'm only asking you to consider it. I don't want you saying yes just because I'm the one that's doing the asking.
All right. Well, what is it?
There's a new night spot here in town called the Starlight Lounge.
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of it.
Well, it's a charming little place. Has a nice, easy ambiance.
Ambiance?
A feeling, atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, sure. For a moment there, I thought you were talking about one of them fancy French dishes or something like that. What about this place?
Well, it isn't doing too well. It could use some publicity. And the man who owns it has a nice, easy way about him, and he plays the piano very well. And I think he would make a very good interview.
Well, sounds okay to me.
Well, I want you to meet him first. Talk to him, just in case you don't think it would work out.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about, Miss Bellman. I'm sure if you think he's all right for my TV show, then he's fine with me.
Thank you.
Well, don't thank me. I think what you're doing here is just great, helping out some businessman. That's just wonderful. I think he must have impressed you or something. You don't want to go out of your way and do something like this for him.
Yes, he did.
Well, by the way, what's his name?
Hunt Weston.
Hunt Weston. Well, I'm sure that if you like him, then I'm going to like him too.
Yes, I do like him.
Well, then, you just let me know when you want me to meet him.
I will.
All righty, and I got to get back to the studio now, so I guess I'll see you later.
All right, Billy Joe. Thanks for coming in.
No problem. My pleasure.
Then how about kissing me again?
No, don't get me wrong. I would love to do this the rest of the afternoon, but I do have to get to work.
Yeah, there's a spoil sport in every group.
Paige! Hi! Oh, hi! What you doing here? Well, actually, I came to see you. I was hoping you were feeling better.
Oh, I'm feeling lots better.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. Well, I better get back to work, but... Hi, Gregory. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good. You know, Ashley, you're going to have to be careful. He's going to steal some little girl's heart away one of these days.
Well, he already has.
Well, come on, I'll walk you to the elevator.
Okay. Paige, I'll see you later.
Okay, talk to you
Thank
soon.
you for coming by.
They really like each other, don't they?
Yeah, a lot.
I guess you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it's really piled up since Justin's been gone. What are your plans for the afternoon?
Oh, I don't know. Probably just standing around.
Is something wrong, Gregory?
No.
Well, are you sure that you want to just hang around the office all afternoon?
Well, I kind of thought Marshall would be back.
No, he's not going to be back until tonight.
Kind of thought so. But it seemed real quiet in the house. My tutor dropped me off.
All right, that's it. I can't stand it anymore.
What?
I have got to have a double chocolate fudge sundae or I'm going to go crazy.
You do?
Yes, I do. I have this incredible craving for a double chocolate fudge sundae. So what do you think about that? I don't care how much work I have to do or what has to happen for the rest of the day because I can't do anything unless I have it. Now, are you going to go with me or not?
Sure.
Well, come on, because I thought I was going to have it all by myself.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Karen, I did get that file, and look, I'll call you back, okay? Yes, I understand that it's very important, but right now I have something that's more important, so I'll just have to call you back, okay? Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Getting bored?
I just thought we probably would have finished what we were doing by now.
Well, you don't have to help me, you know. I can do this myself.
Oh, no, I want to help.
Sure isn't easy finding anything on these maps, is it?
No, it'd have been a lot easier if they'd have been indexed.
Indexed?
Yeah, marked so that you know where each location is.
Oh, yeah, that would have been easier.
Yeah. Except it probably wouldn't have helped us. Not what we're looking for anyway.
Why not?
Well, the High Topai area isn't very well known area. Doubt if it's ever been indexed.
Well, we gotta find it. I'm just as worried about Ricky as you are about Brett.
They probably don't know they're in so much trouble either.
Ricky can take care of Brett, but who's gonna take care of Ricky? We gotta go help them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They both probably aren't even aware that they're in that much danger.
All this is because of that Indian puzzle.
Yeah, fire compass.
Fire compass. What does that thing do anyway? I mean, how come it's caused so much trouble?
I don't know, but whatever it does, I'm sure that's why Brett and Ricky went to High Topai to find out what it does.
Your family's from Boston, isn't it?
Right.
Was that where you were before you came here?
No, I was living in Australia.
Australia? What were you doing there?
I had my own company. I was looking for oil.
Well, you're kind of young to be running your own company, aren't you?
Well, that's what people said. But if you want something, you have to go after it and get it.
That's what I believe, too. You know, your sister's very lucky
Why is that?
to have somebody like you care so much about her.
Yeah. Well, Brett and I are real close. We've even gotten a lot closer since I've gotten back from Australia.
That's very important.
What is?
Brothers and sisters being close. I got a brother, Billy Joe Wright.
Oh, the TV personality?
Yeah, you heard of him?
Yeah. Who hasn't in Houston? I mean, I've even seen his show a few times. And I've even seen those Ace High ads.
Oh. Well, Billy Joe and I have had our differences in the past, but I always know no matter how much we disagree, when the chips are really down, Billy Joe is going to be there for me.
Well,
And I'm always there for him.
that's the way it should be.
I agree.
Look, come on. We better stop talking and start looking. We're going to be here all week.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Grant, Brett's a grown woman. She's proven herself capable of handling her own life, and certainly she doesn't want to come to you every time she has a problem.
Yes, but this isn't any small problem, Lena. She could be in danger.
I'm sure she's aware of that.
Why couldn't she have confided in me?
Maybe she thought this was something that you shouldn't get involved with.
Well, I could have helped her, possibly.
Grant, maybe you couldn't help her. Maybe it's just one of those things that she should handle on her own.
But she didn't do that. That's the point. She confided in Ricky Decker.
Grant, now is not the time to doubt your relationship with Brett. I know that she loves you very much. Every time that she has talked to me about you, her eyes would sparkle. She feels very close to you, Grant, and I must say that I personally feel that you have been a wonderful father.
Thank you. You sure know how to make a fellow feel good, don't you?
I try.
You keep on trying. I'll go find Mark.
Try the map room. Grant Wheeler's office. Yes, Judy. It's for me. Yes, Judy, what is it? No, I won't be back for a while. I will be out of the building. No, actually, I'll be across the street. Paying a little visit to Ashley Marshall.
Mark,
Oh, hi, Mr. Wheeler. I'm Ruby Wright. I don't know if you remember me. You met me once at the Phil Roberts studio.
Oh, yes, of course I remember you.
Your daughter, Brett, is a real good friend of my very best friend in the world, Lurleen Harper.
Ah. Has Mark been in here?
Oh, yeah, he was, but he went to get us some coffee. I would have got it, but I didn't know where it was.
Would you tell me what you and Mark are looking for?
Mr. Wheeler, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to ask Mark that.
I intend to.
You got a real nice place here. I really like the feel of your offices and everything.
Thank you. Would you answer another question for me?
Sure, if I can.
Why did you and your friend, Lurleen Harper, isn't it, come to my home asking questions about Miles Rehnquist?
We explained all that to Mark.
Explain it to me.
Well, we thought that Mr. Rehnquist might have left something at the coop.
So you came to my home in order to return something to Mr. Rehnquist.
Yeah, well, Lurleen and me knew that he was a friend of Brett's.
Do you often go to those lengths to return things to people that are simply left in your bar?
We try.
You do.
Yeah, see, we thought maybe Brett could tell us where Mr. Rehnquist went so we could find him and return the thing to him there, you know. But it worked out real good. It was good that Brett wasn't home or anything because it turns out it didn't even belong to Mr. Rehnquist.
You really expect me to believe that?
Sure, why not?
Well, for one thing, it's an extraordinary coincidence that the day that you and your friend came out to my home to ask questions about Miles Rehnquist is the same day that Brett disappeared. And also, it seems very strange to me that you would go to such lengths to return something that was simply left in your bar.
I don't think that's very strange, Mr. Wheeler. Lurleen and me are honest people.
Do your questions about Mr. Rehnquist have anything to do with what you're doing in here with Mark?
Mr. Wheeler, I'm just here to help Mark out. And if you want to know what we're doing...
I'll have to ask Mark.
That's right.
I will. Oh, would you tell Mark when he comes back in here, I'd like to see him in my office. Now.
Sure. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. You like that?
Yeah, it was great.
Come here. You've got more in your mouth than you do in your stomach. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, you've been awfully quiet. I thought maybe something was the matter.
No, I guess I'm just lonely.
I know you are.
I wish Marshall was here.
Well, hey, that's easy. He's going to be home tonight. You'll get to see him and be with him.
But I won't see Allison.
No, not for a while.
She can come see me?
Well, of course she is. She loves you. You're her favorite.
Wish she was here.
She misses you, too.
You talked to her?
Yeah. And I talked to the lady that she's staying in her house, too.
The lady?
Yep. She's very, very nice. And she likes Allison a whole lot.
Wish Allison was coming back.
I do, too. I really do.
Well, maybe if we don't argue with her, maybe she'll catch on.
Now, you do understand, don't you, that I wasn't just arguing with her for the sake of arguing. I really care about what's best for her. Maybe it's best that Allison's not going to be with us for a while.
Why?
She needs time to think.
I know who can fix it.
Who?
Marshall. When he gets back, he can fix it all.
Well, now, that's not going to be as easy as you think.
You see, Allison has to make this decision on her own. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we better be going. We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk you home first.
Well, I can walk home by myself.
Well, of course you can. I just wanted to. I thought we'd go through the park.
Really?
Yeah.
No, actually, this is so neat with you always with me now.
Listen, it's really neat for me, too.
Yes. She is. Yeah. Yeah, send her in.
Hello, TJ.
Marina?
Trying to fill in for your errand boss?
No, just using his office for a few minutes. There's something I can do for you?
Not really.
Is this a business call or a social?
Does it matter?
That depends. What are you doing here?
Actually, I'm here to see Ashley.
you? I was with Mark Wheeler, remember? Well, I know that, but that was hours ago. I mean, I expected you home long before now.
I went shopping. That's where I've been.
Shopping? What for?
You know what for, Lurleen. I'm going out into the wilds with Mark.
I know you have to go, Ruby, and you should go. But it's going to be real lonely around here without you.
Well, honey, I don't have any choice. I've got to go with Mark to try to find Brett and Ricky.
Mr. Wheeler! How nice that you've come home from the office early. I'm going to make a very nice dinner. Will Mr. Mark be joining you?
Huh? No, I don't think so.
All right, dinner for one.
Vivian, hold off dinner for a while. I'm not very hungry right now, and besides, I'm kind of hoping that Mrs. Decker will join me later. I left a message at her office.
He seems kind of preoccupied.
Oh, maybe his mind's on Miss Wheeler's. Anyone heard from her?
Not that I know of.
That's strange, isn't it? Wonder where she went. I just don't understand.
I don't understand it either. It's not like Miss Wheeler. Wait a minute.
What?
Do you remember that traffic citation you got for time you ran into that junk truck?
How can I forget?
I put that thing in a drawer with a lot of other stuff. And that letter to Miss Wheeler got lost in there, too.
Yes?
When I gave her that letter, zip, she was gone.
Oh, you mean...
Maybe there was something in that letter that made her take off.
Oh.
I wonder what it could be.
Well, what do you think it was?
Out! Oh, well, I suppose it can wait until Justin gets back. But I just wanted you to know that I found out about you almost becoming Mrs. T.J. Canfield. What are you talking about, Rita? Oh, come off it, Ashley. I know all about your engagement to T.J.
Me, almost Mrs. Canfield? You don't know what you're talking about, Rena.
You know better than that. Now, why try to hide it any longer?
If you don't get out of here, I'm gonna have someone throw you out.
Try it. I got you, Ashley. I got you this time.
So, what brings you here so early?
Oh, I finished up all my business at the studio on time for a change, and I thought I'd drop by and say hello. That is, if it's all right to be here before you open.
All right, Vicky. It's better than all right. It's terrific. And you come at a good time, too, because I could use some cheering up just about now.
That's another reason I'm here. I might be able to help.
Now, Vicky, remember what I told you? I'm not going to let you give me any money, no matter how bad things get.
No money. I learned my lesson. I know an independent Texan when I see one.
Yeah, I guess I am pretty independent, huh?
Yes, sir, you certainly are, but I still might be able to help you.
No money?
No money. In fact, this may be something that just might be better than money.
Well, if it'll get people in through those doors, I'm all ears.
I'd like you to meet Billy Joe Wright.
Billy Joe Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he has that talk show on television, doesn't he?
Yes.
KVIK.
That's right. And I thought he could interview you on his show, help spread the word about the Starlight Bar. A little free publicity never hurt anybody.
Vicky, that's a great idea.
You don't know anything, Rena.
You're wrong, Ashley. You're so wrong. I know everything.
No, you don't. You're just trying to bluff your way through.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
I know it. That's all you ever do, Rena. You take a guess and you run with it. Well, this time, I am not playing your game.
This isn't a game, Ashley. I've got you, and you know it.
You haven't got anything.
I've got your future in my hands, honey.
That's it. That is all that I'm going to put up with. Now, you listen here. Either you get out of this office or I'm going to have somebody come in here and carry you out.
Don't you want to hear some of the juicy details?
No, I don't. I want you out.
How about the comments of a certain Miss Julia Whitman?
I could care less about a certain Miss Julia Whitman.
Don't you remember her? She was your sorority sister at the University of Texas. She remembers you. That's right, Ashley. You remember Julia now, don't you? She was very, very hopeful.
You went back
And talked to people about me?
I had to. I had to find out the truth.
The truth.
And it wasn't easy. I worked very hard at it.
I'm sure you did.
Just finding someone who had the right yearbook. But then I had a few friends that helped me with that one.
I can't believe you have any friends at all, Rena.
Now, Ashley. When I went through the yearbook, I must say that I was surprised to discover that you were president of your sorority. How did you ever do that? Then, of course, it was just a matter of my finding a sorority sister who knew all about you, which I did. And we had a very interesting conversation.
So she told you that I was engaged to TJ?
Oh, yes. And she told me how TJ's parents broke it up after they found out just what kind of girl their son almost married.
What makes you so low, Rena?
It's just business, Ashley. If you can't take it, get out.
No, it's not business. This has nothing to do with Marshall Oil.
You're so wrong. It has everything to do with Marshall Oil. Now, I wonder how Justin will take to this information, or perhaps you've told him already? No, I didn't think so.
You love doing this, don't you? You know, I went to see your mother this afternoon. What a nice lady she is. I can't believe that she has a daughter like you.
Well, she obviously doesn't realize what kind of people you and Justin are.
No, Rena. She obviously doesn't know what kind of person you are.
Shall we get back to the subject at hand? Now, are you going to deny that you were engaged to TJ?
No. No, I don't see any reason to do that now, do you?
Good. Oh, Ashley, maybe you can tell me something else.
What?
When is Justin going to be back into town?
You really love this, don't you?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I do.
When are you going to be satisfied, Rena? You know, you already tried to break up my marriage once. And it's not just my marriage, you know. It's not just me and Justin. It also affects Paige and TJ, too. Will that make you happy? You started working on Alice and you wanted to break up our family that way, and you almost did. But there's somebody that you're not thinking about. A little boy who has a family for the first time in his life. You haven't thought about what this is going to do to Gregory, have you? All because you hate me and Justin. Is your life so empty, Rena, that you have to fill it by destroying other people's lives? I guess you do hate Justin. And Lord knows you've always hated me, but why, Rena? Max is dead. And I'm sorry, but destroying me and Justin is not going to bring your husband back. Or do you just hate me so much because I do love Justin? Is that it? Well, you've got your chance. You've got the perfect opportunity. Just go ahead. Do whatever you think you have to do. I don't care. I just wish that you were the one that had to take that little boy in your arms and tell him why his world is falling apart again. Justin will be home soon. Just get it over with.
Are you sure you're going on this trip to find Brett and Ricky?
Well, what's that supposed to mean? Of course I'm going to find them. Why else would I be risking my life out there?
Mark Wheeler.
What about Mark Wheeler?
I saw the way you were looking at him.
How was I looking at him?
Like you look at every man. Only more so.
Well, I admit that Mark is very attractive, Lurleen. But that's hardly the reason why I'm going up there. I care about Ricky. He might be in danger. I have to go try to help him, try to find him.
Ruby.
All right, there's one other reason that I'm going with Mark.
I thought so.
It's Gretchen.
Gretchen?
I'm going to get even with her if it's the very last thing I do.
Don't say that, Ruby.
Why not?
Because that's what I'm afraid of. It may be the very last thing you do.
Well, that's what I call a welcome. How you been, sport?
Okay, only I missed you a whole lot.
Well, I missed you too.
I'm so glad you're back.
So am I. Say, you want to help me bring that bag over here?
Sure, Marshall. Ah, it's heavy. What's in it?
Well, you'll see. Come on, partner.
Did you have a good trip?
Great trip. It was very successful. Every stop I made, and I just happened to pick up a few things for you here and there.
What'd you get me?
Well, give me that bag and we'll find out. When I stopped off in Indianapolis, old Hud asked me to give this to you.
Speedway!
Motor Speedway! Indianapolis 500. Gregory 1 is going to be racing there one day, and you're going to be right there.
Yeah, that'll be great. Where will you be?
Driving it, of course. And I just happened to buy up every one of these racing books I could find. I hope you don't have any of these.
No, I haven't read these, but they look great.
Great. Oh, and the biggest for last. What do you think of that?
It's huge.
Great.
It's going to take a long time to build.
Well, that's going to be the fun of it, Gregory. You and me, we're going to build this. Just the two of us. Would you like that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Everything all right, Gregory?
Marshall?
Yeah?
I like all the gifts you got me. But the best part of all is that you're home.
Come here, you. You are one great little kid, you know that? One great little kid. Say, where is everybody? Quiet as a church around here.
Well, Ashley's at work.
I suppose Allison is still at work, too.
I think Ashley had better tell you about that.
Ashley, did you see Rena? What'd she say? What's going on?
She told me. Oh, TJ, what am I gonna do?
Lurleen, you worry too much, you know that?
You should be worried too, Ruby. You know what kind of person Gretchen is?
I do know what kind of person Gretchen is, and that's why I'm going to make her pay for what she did to me. Hi, Mark. Come on in.
Hi, Ruby. Hi, Lurleen.
Mark.
Look worried about something.
You could say that.
Lurleen, isn't it about time for you to get over to the coop? That place isn't going to run itself.
You're telling me. Ruby?
What, hon?
I want you to promise me something.
Sure, what?
You promise me that you won't go running off without talking to me again.
Okay, I promise, but don't worry, all right?
Yeah, don't worry.
Lurleen, nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you two again, too, Mark. Bye.
Bye, honey. So, is everything all set?
Yeah, I got copies of all the maps, and I put one of World Oil's helicopters on hold. So it looks like we go to High-Toe Primal. Ashley, what is it?
Rena.
Come on, now, what's she done this time?
She knows.
She knows that we were engaged. There's no telling what else she knows.
How? Who told her?
Oh, Julia Whitman. One of my sorority sisters. Don't you remember her?
Oh, yeah. And I suppose that, she just happened to mention to Rena about us.
Oh, hardly. No, Rena went to a lot of trouble to seek out information about my past. She wanted something, anything, to try to use against me and Justin.
That woman never ceases to amaze me. Hey, what does she do? Sit around in her office all day planning how to hurt people?
Yeah, that's exactly what she does. TJ, when Rena goes to Justin and she tells him about this, all hell is going to break loose.
Yeah. I don't suppose Justin's going to take this real well.
Well, you know who's really going to be hurt by all this? Gregory. He's never had a father. If that woman breaks up my marriage, what do you think's going to happen to that little boy?
Maybe she didn't realize.
Oh, she realizes it. I spelled it out for her. I told her everything that was going to happen. She had it all planned. She loved seeing me squirm. And it's not going to be just me and Justin and Gregory that's going to be hurt by all this. She's going to ruin everyone's lives. What do you think's going to happen when Paige finds out?
She'll wonder why I didn't tell her.
Yeah. Just like Justin's going to wonder why I didn't tell him.
I wanted to tell her, too.
Well, you couldn't, TJ. She would have gone right to Justin.
I don't think she would have.
I do.
Ashley, I knew that sooner or later I'd have to be completely honest with her.
I see. Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if I had been able to tell Justin everything.
Don't you think he would have understood?
No. No. Anybody but Justin. TJ. How could we have ever thought that we could get away with keeping a secret like this forever? It always comes back. There's always a Rena Decker to make sure it does.
That's just it, Ashley. It's in the past. Doesn't concern anyone.
I wish you were right.
I think Paige will understand. She'll accept it.
I hope so.
Maybe Justin's changing up where he'll realize it, too.
No. No, that's where you're wrong. He never really accepted why I wanted you to come to work for Marshall Oil. He always thought that there was something personal. I really thought you were the best for the job. But he'll never understand that. And he'll never accept it, and he'll never stop until he knows everything, TJ, everything. Who would have ever thought, all those years ago, who would have ever thought they would have ended up like this? Justin is due back soon. I better go home and face him.
Maybe she won't go through with it.
She will.
Maybe there's just maybe there's one shred of decency or conscience left in her.
No. Don't count on that, TJ.
Ashley.
Yes.
Do you ever wonder? Do you ever wonder what it would have been like if we hadn't broke off our engagement?
Well, it's the past, TJ. And both have to remember that.
Sounds fine, Mark. I'll be ready whenever you are.
Yeah, well, that's why I came here. I want to talk to you. I am not so sure you understand just what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, I think I got a pretty good idea.
No, I don't think you do. You see, this thing might be more dangerous than even I thought it'd be. Besides, I didn't want you to go along in the first place.
But I'm going. We had a bargain.
We are talking about high stakes here, Ruby. We are talking about people's lives. We're talking about your life.
Mark, I'm the only person you can take with you. Now, we had a bargain, and I kept my part of it. And I expect you to keep yours. And that includes saying nothing to anybody about Bo Baker or about any of the other stuff that Lurleen and me told you in confidence.
I have kept my end of the bargain.
Well, you can keep the rest of it by taking me with you.
Reconsider.
A deal's a deal.
You're stubborn.
You know it.
Okay. A deal is a deal. Look, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
You know, so far I think the two of us have made a pretty good team. I mean, finding the map and all. We're going to do just fine together out there, you'll see.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Because if we don't, we may never come back from High Topa.
And Alec is worried.
Yeah? Well, a little bit of worry might not be all bad right now. I'll see you tomorrow.
We're going to do just fine together.
Ashley had better tell me about what, Gregory? Gregory, what's the problem with Allison?
There isn't any problem. It's just... she isn't here.
I can see that Allison isn't here. Why did you say that Ashley should tell me? Is Allison working late? Gregory? Gregory, what is it?
Might as well tell you. Allison moved out.
Allison moved out? When? When did she move out?
The other day, when you were going to go on your trip.
Can't believe Allison would move out. Why? And when I wasn't here, I thought we were all getting along, the four of us.
Marshall, I didn't want to tell you.
I'm glad you did.
No, Ashley should have told you.
That's all right, Gregory.
No, she should have told you. Now you're going to be mad at Ashley.
Gregory, I'm not mad at Ashley.
Please don't fight. It'll be all my fault.
Is that what you think? Nothing is your fault, Gregory, nothing. And there isn't going to be any fight.
I like it when you two fight. I promise there isn't going to be any fight.
I promise. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Now, why don't we see if we can put this car set together, all right? Come on. Well, I wonder who that can be.
Rena, you got my message. Come on in.
Message? No, I've just been driving around.
Well, no matter, you're here. What do you mean you're just driving around?
I don't know. I just had to.
Rena, what are you upset about?
Me. I'm upset about me. Please help me, Grant.
Ruby, I've got to talk to you.
About what?
About my career. Remember that? About my life. That's being practically ruined by everybody. Everybody's got me doing so much work, and the fact that my manager hasn't even fit to do a damn thing about it. Ruby, I just don't believe you.
That does it, Billy Joe. I have had it. You always come over here and all you ever do is scream at me.
I can't take it anymore. I can't take all this abuse from everybody.
What are you talking about?
Billy Joe, I'm not supposed to have any feelings. I'm just mean old Ruby Wright. I'm the one everybody dumps their dirt on.
Ruby, what's wrong?
I only have one friend in this entire world, Billy Joe. One. And that's Lurleen. And I've gone and messed up her life so much I'm surprised she still is my friend.
You come over here, sit down. Sit down here. Ruby, I had no idea you were so upset about things.
Of course I'm upset. I've lost Ricky forever to Miss Moneybags. Everybody and his cousin hates me.
Nobody hates you.
Oh. You want a list? Let's start with Kate Marshall. She hates me. And Rena Decker. She hates me. Elena's never liked me. And Nita. Nita, my very own sister-in-law. Nita can't stand me. And there's more, Billy Joe. I could just go on and on and on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I know. It gets depressing, doesn't it? Can you think of one person in this entire world besides Lurleen who likes me, Billy Joe? One person? Because I can't.
I can think of somebody who loves you.
Who?
I do. You're my sister. I love you very much.
Thanks.
I mean it. I'm sorry I've been thinking about myself so much lately and not about you. Heck, if it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. Sometimes I forget that, but I want to try not to in the future. There's one thing I do know.
Let's say it.
But you're going to bounce right back just like you always do.
I don't know, Billy Joe. I don't know if I can do that this time.
Well, I know. I know. Come on, let's see a little smile on that pretty little face of yours, huh? Let's see a little smile. That's the Ruby I know. Huh? Don't you worry about a doubt, buddy.
Justin, oh, you're back.
I sure am. I've missed you so much.
Oh, I missed you too.
Well, darling, why didn't you use your key? You figured on surprising me or something?
No, I probably should have, huh? No, I left it at the office.
Well, how are things at the office?
Busy. We missed you. Hi, baby. How are you? All right. Well, listen, you're going to have to tell us all about your trip.
Well, I will later. Right now, I've got some questions to ask you.
Questions?
Actually, just what is going on around here?
Gregory, do you mind going to your room so that Justin and I can talk alone?
I knew you two were gonna fight.
Gregory?
No, we're not.
Gregory, I promised you. We're not going to fight. We're just going to have a little talk. Why don't you take this little model car kit and take it in your bedroom and figure out how we're going to put it all together, okay? See you later. Ashley?
No, Justin, you don't have to say anything. When did Rena come by?
What?
She told you in front of Gregory, didn't she? That's why he's acting the way he is. Why would she want to hurt a little boy?
Would you mind telling me what Rena has to do with all this?
What does Rena?
Rena. Rena was behind this.
Justin,
Of course, Rena was behind Allison moving out.
Allison,
Where does Rena get off trying to break up my family?
Justin, listen, I'm not even sure that Rena had anything to do with it. I went over to see Victoria this afternoon, and she seems to think that Rena had no part in it, and I think that maybe Allison did it on her own.
Why did she leave?
She just wants to be independent.
This has really upset you, hasn't it, darling? Why didn't you just call me and tell me about it?
Well, you were so far away. What could you do? I just didn't want to upset you on your trip.
You're always thinking of somebody else.
I'm so glad you're home. Justin, I'm just hoping that Victoria may be a good influence on Allison, and maybe all this will work out for the best after all.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of Allison spending a night under the same roof with Rena. I have half a mind to go right over to Rena's right now and find out what she's really up to.
No, you're not leaving. You just got home. Just leave it be. Please.
How can I say no to you?
Oh, no. How can you?
Huh? 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 Well, look at this. Looks like Christmas over here.
Some things I picked up for Gregory.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, didn't you bring me back anything?
Well, would you like me to give it to you now or later?
Well, I'd like to have a little now.
It's so great to be home.
Oh.
Hold you in my arms again.
Justin, I love you. I love you. I don't ever want to lose you.
That'll never happen, darling. Never.
Well, hi, Lily.
Domino's, are you okay?
Oh, except for being totally exhausted, I'm fine. Is Nita here?
Yeah, I'm sure she is. She's standing right behind you.
Oh. Thanks. I'm sorry, Lily.
That's all right. You have some business to take care of? You look a little tired.
Oh, I decided to have a little talk with Ruby.
Well, did it do any good?
I think maybe it did. For me.
For you?
Yeah, it made me realize just what kind of brother I've been to her lately.
Did she start blaming you?
No, she didn't, but she had a right to.
Why?
Ruby's been having a lot of problems lately, that's all.
Oh, and we haven't?
We got each other when the going gets rough. Ruby's only got me, and I haven't been exactly what you call sympathetic to her needs.
I think you're forgetting that it's Ruby's fault that you're at that studio at all hours of the night.
No, I'm not forgetting anything. All I'm saying is there's just two sides to every coin.
Well, Joe, I think you should go.
Nita, I didn't come here to argue about Ruby or talk about her problems. I just came here to enjoy a little time with my wife. And that's just what I aim to do.
But I think you should talk to her. Just go. That was wonderful, as usual.
Thank you, ma'am. But not half as good as when you joined me. Which reminds me.
No, not tonight, Hunt.
No, I was thinking of something else.
Oh?
Yeah, you know, you really perked up my evening when you came in here with this idea of the Billy Joe Wright show, and I think I can go you one better, Vicki.
How?
Well, wouldn't it be twice as good if I were to appear on that show, say, with a singer, beautiful blonde?
Oh, no, Hunt. I know exactly where you're heading, and my answer is no. Absolutely, positively no way you're going to get me on a television show, especially on my own station.
That's the last word?
Yes, that's the last word.
Well, you can't blame me for trying. We would have made good music, though.
It'll be their loss.
Says you.
Hunt.
Okay, enough of that. I do have another proposition to make.
Oh?
Yes, ma'am. You know, you've been awful good to me, put me on this television show and all, and, well, I'd like to return the favor in my own small way. I'd like to take you to dinner somewhere.
Well, you already have, here.
No, I don't mean here. I mean somewhere where we can both relax. Have a wonderful evening together. What do you say? Now, come on, baby, don't say no.
shouldn't really. Hunt.
Look, just say you'll think about it.
All right, I'll think about it.
Rena.
Grant, I just need you to... I've got to get this out first.
All right,
I've got to do it this way.
I understand. Go ahead.
I've just been out driving around, going nowhere in particular, just thinking. I was about to do something really terrible today.
I can't believe that you do it.
Hear me out, Grant. Somehow I have allowed myself to be consumed with this hatred that I have for Justin. And I was about to hurt a lot of people.
I don't think you could hurt anybody.
Yes, Grant. I can. And I would have. And I hate myself for it.
What is all this about?
It's about my getting back at Justin Marshall.
Getting back? What do you mean, getting back?
Just something. And I was using his marriage to Ashley to do it.
Rena, I don't follow you.
I did my homework, Grant. I really did it right, and I found out about Ashley's past. I found out that she and TJ were engaged while they were at the University of Texas.
Really? TJ and Ashley?
And she didn't tell Justin.
What were you going to do? Were you going to tell her?
Yeah. I went over there this afternoon to tell Ashley what I had found out. To gloat. To watch her crawl.
Did she?
No. She stood tall. She took everything I threw at her. And then she said something that made me realize just what kind of person I had become. Can you believe that? Can you believe that Ashley would be the one to open my eyes?
What'd she say to you?
The truth. That Justin wouldn't be the only one that I would be hurting. I would be hurting Paige Marshall, Ashley, TJ. And I'd be hurting a little boy, Gregory. I can't believe I was going to do this, Grant. And all for what? Revenge.
And your hatred for Justin.
Oh, that's still there. But only for Justin. Don't you see, Grant, if I'd stooped to his level, I wouldn't have been any better than he is. Well, you had to know this. You had to know what kind of woman you were getting yourself involved with. And I am sorry.
Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going?
I'm not good enough for you.
Oh, don't you ever say anything like that. You didn't go to Justin, did you?
No.
You came to me. You came to me and told me what you were planning to do. You didn't try to hide anything. You didn't hurt anybody.
Grant.
You were above board and open with me.
I couldn't be any other way with you.
Well, then maybe, just maybe, you are good enough for me.
Why aren't you angry?
Because, Rena, I respect what you did. You didn't go to Justin, you came to me. We've taken a big step, Rena.
Thank you. I love you.
Ashley?
Hey, baby.
Did you and Marshall fight?
No, we didn't fight at all.
Where is he?
Well, he's just in there taking a shower.
Thought maybe he left.
Now, why would you think that?
Thought he'd be mad at me.
Well, nobody's mad at anybody, Gregory.
Not even mad at Allison?
Nope. I'm not even mad at Allison. What's the matter?
Would have been all my fault.
What would have been your fault?
If you and Marshall had a fight.
Why do you say that?
'Cause I told Marshall that Allison moved out.
Oh, I see.
I tried not to. I knew you should be the one to tell him, but it just came out.
Well, it's something that had to be told. I'm glad you did it. It's okay.
Then I didn't cause any trouble between you and Marshall?
No. You could never cause any trouble between me and Marshall. Is that what was bothering you? Huh? Hey, come here. Come here. Gosh, don't you know how much Marshall and I love you? We love you very, very much. And there is nothing that you could say or do that would ever cause any trouble between us, so don't you worry about that anymore. It just can't happen. You remember, don't you? We're a family. We're a family, and nothing or nobody is ever going to change that.
Then why does everything seem to be going all wrong?
What do you mean all wrong?
Well, you and Marshall sometimes fight. Allison just moved out. Everything seems to be going wrong.
That's not true.
It all started because my mother left me.
Oh, Gregory, that's not true now.
Yes, it is. She died and left me here.
Gregory, don't. Please don't.
Why, Ashley? Why did it have to happen to me?
Gregory, don't.
Why is she dead?
Gregory,
Why is she dead?
Gregory, don't! Gregory, no! Gregory! No! No, baby. Your mother's not dead. Mother's not